starting to miss it. I'm starting to miss it. I'm starting to miss it. I'm starting to miss the point,
Hello and welcome to The Art of Missing the Point. It's a comedy podcast asking the important question that's burning on everyone's minds. Are we missing the point? Are you missing the point? Or is the whole damn world missing the point? I am one of your hosts, Brian.
This is Ruth.
And it is August 7th, 2025, and somehow we live in the future. And yet...
Do we?
It doesn't feel like it in so many ways. There are so many times that I'm like, do we actually live in the future? Because some of this feels so dumb that I kind of worry that we got zapped into some really messed up part of the Matrix and just that's where we're stuck, you know? So
I was promised flying cars.
Yes,
Brian.
and jetpacks.
I was promised teleportation by the time my grandchildren come along.
Yeah. I was promised that Jaws thing that Marty sees when he goes in the future and Jaws like comes out of the movie theater nearly. Like, I was promised that. And I was also promised, I think, some fairly cool fashion that never happened. So what's the deal? I want answers, you know?
I mean, and we're not even getting to the peace and justice part, right? So
Right, exactly. I'm just trying to just like, you know, dry my brain out from that. Like I take my brain out of my skull and I wring it out into a bucket that is currently overflowing with just terrible things. And exactly. So it's like, this is the future? And
I have my complaints.
Sure.
I don't think we've got, well, I mean,
we always have our complaints. That's why we have this podcast.
That's the whole reason why we do this. Yeah, no.
Welcome to the party, everybody.
Brian and Ruth bitching about shit. Because seriously, though, like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm in a dangerous mood tonight, so I guess we'll see which way this goes. But, you know, at the same time,
I'm okay with it.
I think that it's never going to be the way that we always hoped it was going to be, and I think that goes for every generation since the beginning of time.
That's very true. That's true.
And not to get too super duper, like, I might be too stoned to do this philosophical. You know, everybody's gone through the same thing, which is why it's not easy for me to subscribe to the idea of, like, it is now the end of days. So I grew up in a very religious household that, you know, has a very firm belief in the end of days, right? So, like, living scared because any day might be the end of days, like, it kind of like wore off as far as like a threat to my life, you know? It's like the last time I got spanked, right? And I laughed at them and they knew it had no power over me anymore. No, dead ass. These things are tied together.
Okay, yeah.
You know, after a while, they couldn't fucking smack me with a shoe anymore. After a while, I was no longer scared of the end of days because everybody feels that way. And if you read half an hour into anthropology, you start to realize that.
Yep, that's true.
Flying cars or cyber trucks or, you know, what have you, OLED screens and folding phones, like, all that shit is, like, cool and futuristic, but it's only the technology that we need to get by in what we've decided we want to live in as a society and whatever.
That's true. And, you know, and I'm obviously a person who loves the hell out of technology. I mean,
of course.
You know, I'm rife with technology. Let's just leave it that way, you know. But
all I'm saying is that us being so concerned about it being like the shittiest, dimmest, darkest time in history feel the same way that people prior to us did about their own incredibly
very true
dim outlook. And then somehow, I don't know, man, like, we just kind of figure it out eventually, like, not in the best way. I'm not giving the human race a gold star here, mind you.
No,
but
no gold stars
there. No,
sorry, everybody.
I mean, not for humans.
No, not for humans. Definitely not.
I'll give an elephant or an octopus a gold star. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Absolutely. Right.
We're coming in last at the race here.
I mean, listen, I went on about Shark Week last week, and I'll give sharks as many gold stars as they want, okay? Because those motherfuckers have been around for a long time, and they're just swimming around, just getting in battles with orcas and boats, and just, like
Yeah.
fucking eating
No,
shit.
they're
Gold star all around. But human beings, no, sorry, we missed that boat. We missed that point. So there it is.
we did.
Roll credits. So
I mean, and again, right? Like regarding this whole like this is the shittiest point in time to live in. It's like, sure, it does feel that way. Like literally every time that we turn on the news in the morning,
yes,
because we have a habit in this house to basically, poke around and stay informed.
That's good though. Yeah,
it's tricky. Like, it's tricky, and I have to go on sabbatical often enough. Like I can't just constantly watch the news.
This is why I can't be on Twitter anymore, because I'll just rip my eyeballs out.
Yeah, it's so every time I open, to the point, right? Like it feels like this may be the end of days, or this is like the shittiest time in human history to be alive. But in the grand scheme of things, generally speaking, with very, very broad brushstrokes there.
Yeah.
It's not anything that we can't handle should we decide to, right? And that's what defines like an era in human history. It's like, do we decide to do the best that we can by ourselves and each other? Or are we going to decide to just be a whole trash bag?
Yes. Right. And an entire trash bag of society.
True. And sometimes, the thing of the matter is that choices have to be made, and sometimes people make the wrong choice, or sometimes people have to make the hard choice and become some sort of like scapegoat trash bag to protect the rest of us from some
trash bag.
Real trash bag. It gets tricky. Like the human choice chain is rough.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
That's true. Appreciate that we can at least at some point reflect on the choices that we make and why we might make them.
Right, and why the hell did that happen? Yes, exactly.
And how. I mean, you and I really like getting into the guts of how did that happen? Not only why, but who let that happen.
Exactly. That's what drives me the most bonkers about basically everything throughout my entire life is how did any of this happen? I mean, I'm just going to say that my anxiety, like most everybody's, was peaking so well during COVID 5 years ago. And I was contributing to it myself with that entire situation because for some reason I decided it was time to get on Ancestry.com and start being like, where did I come from and all this shit. Like I can't even explain my mindset during COVID, but all I can say is that eventually I hit the point where it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to find anything more. I don't even know if what I'm finding makes any sense. And then the whole thing that bounced around in my skull was, wait a minute, how did I end up here? How did this end up being a thing that somehow throughout all of human history, somehow I ended up being here? And as soon as I started to think about that too much, I was like, I can't do this. I can't. It's like too complex, man. And so if I do that, it's a problem, which is why I have to just like hold back so often on all the other things and just be like, all right, like, I mean, I woke up and like, my partner and I, we took care of all the animals and like we're still breathing and eating and etc. And like it's all
Next
good,
step.
man. Like that's okay, like so I'm just gonna stick with that.
We still don't get any gold stars
that you have there. No, but fuck that. No gold stars. Shit.
I mean, we're gonna have to start from like -20 because as much as I do love us, as I do all living beings,
indeed.
Choices, man. Are you going to miss the point on purpose or not today?
Right.
That should be like a root foundational question.
Yeah.
Every time you open your eyes with breath in your lungs, just like you said. Am I going to miss the point on purpose today?
Right. If there's one thing that maybe we could ask the world to take away from this nonsense podcast that we run, it's just that. Just use that. If that's all you got out of today, then cool, man. That's just fine. Are you going to miss the point today or not? You're not? That would be awesome. But
that
if you
would be
are,
so good.
I guess try again tomorrow.
And I mean, if it's bad enough, you might end up here.
That's true. That's very true. We have entire segments for that. Which, speaking
And not
of
to
which,
say that we're saints for the record. Listen, Brian and I have missed the point so successfully that even though we know exactly when our birthdays are, one to the other, last time we spoke about our actual birth dates, we both got each other's wrong. So there are no saints here.
That's correct. Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah.
But I don't know, this isn't coming from a point of like condescension or hoity-toityness. It's just a genuine, sincere, what the fuck, every time I look out my window or read or see something that I'm like, what were the last two that we decided? Would this get you stabbed and would this get you slapped?
And would this get you slapped? Yes.
I'm not sure
which one do you prefer?
I don't know which new.
I think I'd rather be slapped, but it depends on who's doing the slapping.
Yeah, fair enough. It might be worse.
I've seen those slap contests that are now a thing.
Yeah,
where dudes just slap each other.
That shit's insane. Yeah,
and that doesn't sound great.
Mm-mm.
You know, I might take a stabbing, but I don't think I
like
want
a light stabbing.
Things. I would just prefer a light stabbing. Just a light stabbing. Yeah,
medium,
that's all.
A medium rare stabbing.
Could you give me a light stabbing? Just
Not
that.
Well done.
Yeah, no. Don't do that because my insurance is not great. Okay, everybody.
Great.
So, just like everyone else's, I know. So let's not do that.
Let's not do that, please.
Let's not miss that point. But speaking, of course, of missing many points, suppose sort of piggybacking off of this conversation, as it were, I'm interested to hear what news you have about the assholes of the internet today.
Well,
I know you are always just bubbling with,
excitement. Sure, we'll go with that.
The garbage pile of the internet,
Yes, as you know, Reddit is not my favorite website. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think that there's everything wrong with it, and I have no judgment towards anybody.
There's everything wrong. She has it anti-bookmarked in her browser, everybody.
I wish that was a thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it still filters through to me, and one of the ways that it does is because my husband is a regular attendee of several subreddit debacles, questions, debates. You know what they do on Reddit. I'm not going to explain it.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's either a great place to learn things because Google's a shit show, or it's a great place to question your relative humanity and sanity. It
absolutely.
could go either way.
It really could go either way. Yeah.
Roll the dice.
And I appreciate its benefits and its pros, but the cons for me outweigh my time expenditure on such a thing.
Absolutely.
Also, I'm not that hard to find. If you have a question, you can just ask me. I don't care. And if I have a question, I have learned how to use my resources and I go to the source first, right?
Yes.
So Red and I have a very, let's call it loose relationship. And so over the course of many, many moons, several of which we were in fact trapped in a house together, my husband started sharing with me the trials and tribulations of the people who are driven to post on a subreddit called Am I the Asshole? I mentioned before it's gone through a couple particular iterations in terms of the name of the subreddit because there are in fact many, many assholes out there.
That's right.
And so when we started this podcast, we thought it would be funny if we just read AITAs and then discussed them. And it has become so that our silent editor sends me ahead of time pre-screened AITA questions, but I don't read them ahead of time.
Because we get jump scared. We like jump scaring ourselves.
We do. It's one of my favorite hobbies.
Friday the 13th, every single time this segment rolls around.
I'm looking at a bunch of links and I'm going to open one and we're going to see what happens. So on this particular subreddit, the idea is to, as the original poster, make some sort of decision in some sort of ethical or moral quandary as to whether they, as a person who posted it, is the asshole. And so people will respond with YTA, you're the asshole. They'll respond with NTA, not the asshole. And then they can also choose, everybody sucks here in terms of this interpersonal exchange that has happened as the original poster described it. So then you get to kind of like analyze it from your own armchair, very comfortable, presumably position, to judge
Yes.
other people's behavior and maybe learn something, right? And it is a heartwarming subreddit. I will give you that, because there are a lot of times when people are like, "Oh, bro, you're not the asshole," or "Nah, lady, you're not the asshole," or whatever, where people really become insecure because they think that they've done something wrong, and the consensus ends up being that they are not in the wrong for whatever, sticking up for themselves or hurting someone's feelings to protect their own, or, I don't know. It gets really intricate. And I
Slapping or
forgot
stabbing someone, who knows?
who needed it,
Yeah. Who had it coming.
who had it coming.
I'm not here to
Yeah,
tell you to do that or not, but
right. There's no judgment here. We
if you
just,
do, you can go on the internet and ask if you were the asshole.
right. And you could do it anonymously because they have what are called throwaway accounts. There's a fourth category that I totally forgot until I was like literally walking
What?
around the other day randomly. Yeah, no
Oh, God.
assholes here.
Right, yeah, no asshole. I don't think we've ever had one of those.
That's
I don't even
because
know. I don't
our
even bet
editor
that there's
is
ever
very
been one
good.
of those on Reddit, if I'm being real, but maybe. I don't know. If someone
I
out there
don't know
comes across
either.
one, feel free to send it to us, okay?
But yeah, I want to hear a no assholes one. That again,
Yeah.
heartwarming. Well, the first one I clicked was deleted, so too spicy.
Ooh,
Let's go
okay.
to the next one.
Somebody's mom found out about it and they
Right.
got that shit right down real quick. There's still time
Okay.
to delete this, John. All right, Mom.
Delete.
Fine.
Yeah,
Delete.
yeah. Well, some things are too spicy for public knowledge. I respect that.
I get that.
Okay. Ooh. All
Ooh,
right.
okay. This
Well,
sounds good.
this headline is already. I'm gonna jump into it. If at any point anything I say or read out loud from the internet makes you uncomfortable, feel free to stop, pause, fast forward. This is not necessarily something that everybody wants to hear, but here we are.
True. But here
By
we are, and you're all on the ride with us, like
Yeah,
it or
I
not.
mean, here we are. Am I, 29-year-old female, the a-hole for completely losing faith in my partner, 30-year-old male, after I caught him sexualizing my sis?
What?
I haven't read
Ooh.
any. Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
am interested to get into this one. Okay.
Let's figure it out. We have been married for years now, and we have always had, quote, bedroom problems, unquote, due to his porn addiction. Recently, I had to use his phone, and I saw my younger sister's pictures in his gallery, apparently screenshotted. And on
Oh,
another occasion, he made a remark concerning my appearance, saying I shouldn't do a certain beautiful treatment because it will make me look like my sister. And if he wanted that, he would have chosen her, not me.
whoa.
Parentheses. Me and my sister have different features. End parentheses. And lately I've been talking to my sis and wanted to show her evidence of his addiction. She stopped me when she saw a picture of a porn star among the evidence I collected and said, he sent me her pic and said she looks like me.
No, dude.
Am I the
Dude.
asshole for, quote, finally, unquote, having enough of him and losing all respect and almost all the feeling? And what should I do?
Wow. I mean, this is a take a deep breath one right here, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit. Definitely a big old NTA right here from
Mm-hmm.
me, because there's so much to unpack happening here that we could probably burn the rest of this podcast on it, but we don't need to do that because
NTA, obviously.
NTA 100%. I think that overall, is there's again, I have so many questions. I mean, and I kind of don't want to know. Again, this goes back to our earlier part of the conversation. I'm like, nope, bring my brain out because I don't think I can get into this right now. But like, how much younger? Like that part alone is creeping me out just without even, and I don't even want to know, but like just that part alone is really bad. The part about a porn addiction, I mean, fine. Like, I mean, the only redeeming thing I can see here is that maybe that is like something that's known between them, but I kind of feel like maybe this wasn't like something that came out naturally. That sounds bad, even saying that. I don't even like saying that in this context. God damn it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
there's just a lot of things here that really make me take a pause and go, wowzers, this is not the way, y'all. And
no, it's
overall,
not.
yeah, anytime that you are at all, first of all, don't compare your partner to other people, just like in general. Just like don't do that unless you're having like one of those conversations that's like, I don't know, people always told me that I look like so and so or whatever. Like, okay, that's fine, like you can have that conversation. But in this situation, it just sounds like you're working to be a creepazoid, and you are a creepazoid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's really nothing more to say there. Now, as to what to do, I mean, again,
Get the fuck out of there,
yeah,
man.
run away, like the house is on fire. I mean,
GTFO.
yeah, like
Out.
big old bold letters right there. Just get the absolute fuck out, because that's not something that personally I could see that being fixed. I don't know if this person is trying to fix this in some way or another. Again, I always
Well, what
talk
would
about
fixing it look like, though?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean,
what is
that's for a
fixing?
mental health professional to decide.
I mean, yeah, right. Sorry, I didn't mean to pretend that
No, I
you have
mean,
all the answers, but just like
but what
idly
would it
asking.
be? Yeah,
Right. Because I mean, we've been around the block more than once, each of us, and it's like
yes,
those type of like intimacy problems that stem from shit that is so far away from the relationship, right? Like
right,
mentally and emotionally and like psychically are, in my experience, quite honestly, almost insurmountable. And decisions have to be made
yes, 100%. Yeah, they
because
absolutely do. Yeah,
you have to make sure that you're not forcing something that doesn't exist, and you
yes,
also have to make sure that you're coming correct from your own end if you really do want it to
right,
be a thing.
right.
So is this problem something that is going to be an obstacle in like either of those directions? And that's just speaking from my own experience, right? Like at some point you have to make two decisions.
Yeah,
If it doesn't change, can you put up with it? Are you willing to?
yeah, absolutely.
And like tandem to that, right? Like the other side of that coin is like, am I checked out too?
Sure. Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
sometimes it's really hard to tell who checked out first.
Right, right. That's very
Sometimes
true.
everyone checks out right around the same time, and then later it's like race to the bottom to see who hurt whose feelings first, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
And if I mean, the sister thing I haven't even gotten to, right? Like that adds, and I was just speaking generally regarding that sort of experience, right? We haven't
Right.
even
Just the
talked
fact that
about
this just sounds bad
younger
overall.
sister
Yeah.
again. But going back to the original question, is this something that's surmountable or is this a deal breaker? If it
Yes.
was like with somebody that you weren't related to, much less your younger sister, because I mean, attached baggage here,
Right.
concern, and generally speaking, just being a
Put
decent
a
person.
big old baggage tag on this one so that you can find it when it falls down the baggage claim and it's on. Well,
It's
it would be on
going on the
fire because it's a trash bag and it would be on fire. So you'd be able to find this baggage real quickly.
kind of hard to miss. But even
Let's
if so,
name it.
if it right, exactly. So if it was somebody that wasn't your younger sister specifically, would this change your feelings about it, and is that
Sure.
surmountable?
Sure.
But since it is your sister, is this something that you are willing to spend any significant portion of lifespan dealing with?
Right. Right. Yes, and knowing that this is like a thing that has been there in one way or the other, because yeah, I agree. Like even if we take out the component of it being her younger sister, and if we just said if this turned out that it was just the same shit that we've heard about happening a million times, that he's secretly checking out her friends or something like that, it's still just bad in general. I mean, it's not only verging on, emotional damage one way or the other, but it's just ultimately creepy. And that is the part that gives me, the most pause, I think. So, yeah.
Here's the question. Are you willing to spend your time with somebody who's willing to miss the point of being a respectful adult?
Right. Absolutely.
Like, this person can't control themselves to the point of borderline sexting your younger sister.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
it doesn't really say, I don't think it says the age. Let me double check.
No, it sounded like there was no clarification on that.
Yeah, and how much younger and stuff. I mean, listen, the oldest she could be is still already such a social faux pas and
Yes.
inappropriate behavior. So the age doesn't really matter. Although the younger it might go, the awfuler it'll be, as far as I'm concerned. So, like, why is this person in your life?
Yeah, this is a serious cut it the hell out. And I'm sorry, I think I may have missed my own point here. Are they married? Did I?
Have been married for years.
Ouch. Okay. Yeah. No.
Let me triple check here, but
Thank good.
we have been married for years.
Yeah, okay. That's
how it
what
starts.
I thought. Yeah.
But it's between a 29-year-old and a 30-year-old. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, you're babies. Go on then.
Yeah. Yeah. Get this. Get
out
of this.
Go find something else.
Real fast.
Like, this doesn't.
Yeah.
Why should a decision made in your 20s define your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? God
absolutely.
Bless your 70s, 80s, 90s. Like, you can't. That's not cool, man.
No. Grab a little bit of therapy on both sides.
Grab a fucking bag and pack it in the back of the car and get the fuck out.
Yeah, absolutely. And
because people like that are taking advantage of the people like you.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
There is like some sort of like comfort level that they still find in hanging out with you, and you're the cover. You're also accidentally the conduit.
Right.
So of course they're going to want you around. Cut the snake off at the head. Get the fuck out. Bounce out.
Absolutely. Right.
Get the hell out. And tell your sister to, fucking maybe not talk to the creepazoid that you're going to divorce over this.
Yeah, use the big old block button and get the hell out of that. Because
the
thing that I think gets me about these kind of situations that happen obviously every single minute, probably of every day of human life, is how people miss the point so heavily in this respect of not just overall considering anybody else's feelings in any way. You know, I mean, that's probably the thing that really blows my mind, is that there's like no consideration at all. I mean, first of all, for your wife's feelings, and also for her sisters, and by proxy, the entire family, and basically
you're damaging a whole family. That's crazy.
Right.
That's fucking like
this is gonna come out, man. I mean, once I hope the thing is done, and I mean, I don't cheer for the end of anyone's relationship or whatever, certainly, but in this case, and
well, not everything is meant
man.
Yeah.
The family's going to talk about this at Thanksgiving, and they're going to be like, "Whoa, oh, that guy was hanging out with us. That sucks real bad." Like, get yourself right at some point or another. And I'm going to hope that there wasn't more really grody shit happening. I don't really want to know, but that's really all you need. If that's the tip of the iceberg, it's a tip of the iceberg that's just covered in like an absolute like nuclear waste, spill zone. Yeah. So run
contained
far,
at
far
whip.
away.
Yeah. Fuck that shit.
Run far away.
Well, and it makes me sad when I hear stories like that where it's like, am I wrong for feeling bad? And it's like, fuck no, dude. This is the beginning. Like,
right, exactly.
I know we were talking about humans as a species earlier. I know for a fact that we can take this to the nth degree.
Yes.
Should we need to.
That's right.
Yeah. So feeling bad about feeling bad it cancels itself out.
Yes.
And at that point, you don't worry about how you feel. You do what you need to do.
Yeah, exactly. Especially to keep your own sanity in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. And stop wasting time. And if your family is important to you, get them out of this morass as well.
Yep. Yep.
You know,
Seriously. Yeah.
if you want to, I guess.
If you want to. If you don't, then that's fine. But I'm gonna expect that we're gonna end up getting like a follow up of this on the show at some point or another.
I'll keep track of it. It's just I don't like it when people feel bad for feeling bad. It's like I'm not going to say rejoice in it, but most certainly like accept it and be like, this fucking sucks. I don't like this, cuz that's the only way to make a change. Again, if you don't have it in you to make a change, or you feel like it's impossible, I mean, you could try a little bit harder or find different ways to solve it.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, the heavy lift is worth it if you are no longer having your time wasted. You're no longer feeling less than. You're not, worried about whether or not you are a lovable human being. Like, this isn't a you problem, man. And the only way to fix a not you problem is to
Pull yourself
cut it,
right on out of that situation.
cut out.
Yeah.
Cut it out and cut out.
Yep.
Because he clearly feels like he can take advantage of you and do this in a way that it didn't even sound like he cared that she knew.
Right. That's
one of
the most offensive points of the whole thing.
Pointed jabs as to her appearance and stuff. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, dump him. And if your sister's enough of a trash bag to marry the other trash bag, as one of my good friends says, the trash took itself out.
100%. Yep, that's it. That's exactly it.
Like, the trash took its fucking self out. Peace out.
Peace out.
Good luck with that. I'm gonna be over here, taking care of myself, running, right, fostering kittens, making a garden, fucking
doing
raising
anything,
some sourdough, fucking making friends, hanging out, partying, fucking other people. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
But that guy is not worth it. And again, vis-a-vis sis, you're gonna have to make a decision. But
I think it's already pretty clear what you need to do.
And
I'll say this, OP, if you ever hear this, get in touch with us, because we will make you a T-shirt that says NTA and send it your way.
NTA.
Because you are not.
Oh my God, yes, this is a brilliant idea. I love it.
Yeah, if you hear your story on this podcast
and you are NTA, then holler.
I got you. Like, I can.
That would be amazing. Can I get an NTA one? I feel like that would be false advertising, but I'd wear it.
Yeah, I don't know if I can pull that one off, but I'm not an asshole. I could play one on TV, or maybe it's the inverse. Yeah. Wait a minute, this is also bad. Okay, this is my thing that I want stricken from the record for this week's show.
Late.
It's on the air already, everybody.
It's done.
All right. Well, there you go. Big old NTA on that one. And if that is the one that let us off, then I am very interested to see what happens next. So
the next one has already been deleted. So let me move on down the list here. That was number 5.
It was for real if it had to be removed from Reddit, y'all. So
this post was removed by Reddit's filters. Damn. Too spicy. We may have to figure something. Hold on. I'm gonna start from the bottom, because now we're here. Okay, here we go.
We went to the bottom, okay? We went to the bottom.
This is an update, so I'm going to click to the original link. Okay, the AITH update is wife is unhinged. So I click through the original one.
Okay.
So let's see what happened here. And then, I don't know. I don't want to burn the whole hour on this stupid ass segment, but maybe we'll get to the update. Okay.
We can room.
AITAH refused to acknowledge my best friend's wife.
Wow.
This should be good.
Okay.
Cool beans. I, 24 male, have been having issues with my best friend's 23 male wife, 20 female, for months now. From the first day we met, she judged me. First was because I couldn't attend their wedding. I was working remotely in a different country at the time. I apologized profusely and ordered them a pizza oven for a wedding gift.
Gift.
Yeah, hell yeah. Those things are pricey, man. Yeah. I looked at one at Willem and Sonoma and it was like $500. I was like, I don't even have the counter space for this. I don't even know why I looked at that price tag. So hell yeah, pizza oven.
Yeah, live that dream.
These were little remarks that my girlfriend, 23 female, could hear in the background of our phone calls. She would write down what she heard from me since I'm deaf. My phone is capable of translating audio calls into text on my screen, but it can only pick up so much, and for the most part, I rely on context clues. It had gotten more ridiculous when I returned to the States and finally met her. She didn't realize that I was deaf.
Ooh.
Wait, your best friend didn't mention to his fiance that his best friend was deaf? Okay.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
started yelling, and she's 20, mind you. Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to
Yeah.
start with you're already dumb.
Yeah. Sorry. It's just true, y'all. I mean,
I don't care.
no.
Fight
Sorry.
me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, sorry.
She started yelling. For the record, we can tell. And ignored my girlfriend, who tried to explain that yelling is rude to do. It's much easier to read lips when you speak normally.
Yes. Yes.
Any other time when we would meet up, which I made sure wasn't often, she wouldn't look at me when speaking. She was relying on my girlfriend to translate, which my girlfriend shouldn't have to do. Correct. I'm capable of reading lips. Again, also rude to do, even if I had a certified translator with me. Correct. You don't speak to the translator. The translator doesn't exist. They're a glass window. We can talk
100%.
about this in a minute.
Yes.
Last night at game night broke the straw for me. His wife offered to order dinner for all of us. When the driver dropped off the delivery, she didn't order anything for me. She apologized and said, well, I forgot he was here since he's so quiet. Oh my fucking God. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm not sure if I can make it all the way through. If I throw something at the camera, forgive me, but this is already pissing me off.
It would be understandable.
I'd never been embarrassed to be deaf until that moment, which is saying a lot because I was born deaf. My girlfriend shared her dinner with me. I ignored his wife for the rest of the night and we called it early. My girlfriend lied and told him she had an important meeting to prepare for. His wife, I think he asked her to, had been texting me with half-baked apologies that I have been ignoring. This caught the attention of my best friend, who texted me asking why I was being so mean and ignoring her. Fuck you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That she was sorry for what happened and she wasn't lying about me being quiet. He told me I shouldn't get butthurt over a few comments. I have been ignoring him too. I don't think making fun of me or the deaf/hard of hearing community is funny. It is not.
No, it's not.
AITAH for acting sensitive to this and ignoring them both. I don't want to throw away our friendship, but I feel like it's for the best. My girlfriend is supportive of removing ourselves from them or for forgiving them and moving forward. Edit. Correcting my mistakes. I'm not used to my best friend having a wife now instead of a girlfriend.
Wow. I mean, wow. That is so just downright hurtful in so many ways. First of all, I feel for the OP like crazy. As someone who I have known a number of deaf people, I have worked in music actually with a number of deaf and hard of hearing people. And I have seen firsthand the ridiculous blindness that so many people have to just the fact that deaf people are not like, I don't know, some weird rock that you like ignore or something. Like I've seen this kind of stuff. So that alone, that like disrespect is pretty big, but it just kind of overall sounds like this person just, this 20-year-old wife just has something else happening that they really need to just manage in themselves. Like big old NTA, absolutely. Like you were not.
100%. No, 100%. Not the asshole here.
Like no way, no.
No.
Big bold letters, no.
Fuck no. Have we tried a strong fuck no yet?
Yeah, strong fuck no. Yeah.
Strong fuck no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot more to add. There's the... Wow. All right, never mind. Maybe there's a couple things that I just thought of.
Oh, there's some things that could be added, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for me to talk about. I mean, coming from a linguistics background, you know, some of my best college friends are interpreters, and having been around the deaf community and having had access to classes taught by deaf professors, it's not easy for me to understand the stance of this 20-year-old.
No.
So I'm trying to revert back to being 20, right? Oh, by the way, no one's figured out how old we are, so suck an egg, bitches.
Yeah, sorry about it. You all have to keep guessing.
Ha ha ha.
Good luck.
Never mind that there are some birthdays coming up soon. Shout out to all my Leos out there and my Virgos. You know who you are.
Yep. There's a lot of us.
Them. And us. I'm trying to remember if at 20 years old I had like this rash of lack of humanity towards anyone. Because, you know, being young and immature, undereducated, you know, not familiar with the great big world at large is a thing that we all have to go through at our own different paces and levels, you know, on the spectrum of going from being a little asshole to being perhaps hopefully a better calibrated one.
Yeah. Use your asshole powers for good if you have them.
Right.
There's ways. I do it every day, everyone.
Me three. But I just don't feel like I would have acted like that at 20. And I'm, you know, what you would call an event planner, a happy hostess. You know, I love having people over and throwing events and making sure everybody feels comfortable and is having a good time and remembers everybody's name. Like, this is one of my favorite hobbies, as we will discuss perhaps soon after we're done with this fucking crate to unpack.
This trash fire.
I'm running a pinball tournament this weekend. I'm happy to do it. It makes me happy. Sure. So I can't imagine using somebody's situation to excuse my poor behavior as a hostess.
Right. Yeah, that's maybe
because it doesn't matter how quiet somebody is. And the thing is, like, people go to parties even when they're shy, right? Even if they're not hard of hearing or deaf. There are people who have their full, you know, whatever hearing faculty, and they still find it incredibly uncomfortable to hang out with screeching harpies who are going to judge you for your every move, look, and fucking attitudes.
Right. Welcome to being a human being right now, everybody. We're pretty much all living with social anxieties. I mean, it's okay.
But for her to, like, call it out in such a pointed fashion is one thing that really bothers me. What bothers me more is OP calling the husband his best friend.
Yeah, that's
because I don't believe that.
No.
For some reason, it strikes me as if the other dude, the quote unquote best friend with the screechy wife, doesn't consider that to be an equitable relationship in that regard, because how on God's green earth did you not happen to mention to your fiance that your best friend is deaf? Like, that would have come up in just normal, organic, random, everyday conversations. Like, if you're really marrying somebody, Mr. 23-year-old marrying a 20-year-old, that you would be doing fostering an adult, healthful relationship, it would come up.
Right.
It would come up.
Pretty sure
you come up in normal conversations
about all of my friends.
Right.
And maybe even
so does the husband.
You wouldn't even end up telling a lot of people. Nothing, you know, we're not breaking any HIPAA rules here, anything like that.
Right. No, but just like facts of life sort of shit. Yeah. That is more bothersome to me, because I feel that sometimes people who feel like they're missing something, you know, in which case, like, this would be, you know, the hearing portion of existing in a social world.
Right.
I'm also missing things. I feel like we have to put up with whatever we get and consider it the best thing that ever happened, because we might not get anything better.
Right, because nothing else may ever end up happening. So just deal with
what you got. Which, having felt that for my own reasons, you know, being too fat, being too short, being too Mexican, being too white passing, being too this or not enough of that, this, that, or the other. Even in my own mind, right? Like, the dysmorphia is real sometimes.
Right.
That's a robbery. This guy is like robbing you of the type of relationship you could have with somebody with whom you can have that depth of relationship. But if this guy didn't even mention it to his silly ass little bitch girlfriend, then are you best friends? And, like, fuck her, obviously. YTA all day to that girl.
Yeah, like,
but,
sorry. You also get a shirt if you end up
Yeah. A big YTA.
It may be like size like quad XL or something, just so that you have to really
Those ones
think
are
about what
sometimes
you did.
cheaper, you know, because there
That's
is a.
true. Yeah. That's what you may
But I
get,
don't know.
but you're getting a YTA shirt if you
Oh
happen to
yeah,
dial
absolutely.
in, you know, because
And the husband not cool, but mostly I feel for OP because he's not being treated right by people that he's putting a lot of trust in, like socially and everything, you know. And
right.
shout out to his girlfriend.
I was
You
gonna
know,
say his girlfriend sounds legit,
yeah,
especially
no,
still being willing to try and repair
absolutely. She's a
the
boss.
situation. That's pretty big because, you know,
Yeah.
repairing anything like this is a huge thing. And I respect wanting to do that. I think that's pretty cool.
To give it a running go at relationships that go sideways. Like I'm not beyond trying to like
Sure.
recover it or like put it back
Sure.
on the road, you know? Like
Sure.
if I think of it as a cart, if I think of it as a grenade, then obviously nothing's getting recovered. But
No.
generally speaking, when things go off the path, I tend to think of them like as a cart that I have to just like push back onto the road from the ditch or what have you. But I don't know. In this case, I feel like there are layers here that are not being addressed directly. And mind you, these are all young folk, right? I mean, OP's the oldest at 24, and he's dealing with two 23-year-olds and a 20-year-old. Like,
Yeah.
that's a rough patch of time.
Yeah, that's pretty tough, y'all.
And that's like
you couldn't pay me good money to go back to my 20s. And
fought at my early 20s? Nah, bro.
yeah,
There's
even on my own side in my early 20s, I was running a movie theater where the person who was the custodian, the person who cleaned the theater for me at that time was deaf. And I started learning sign language because I wanted to at least be able to communicate when I ran into him at 2 a.m. when he came in to clean my little theater, and was, you know, he was super nice. And I could even tell that even for him, I think there was some level of embarrassment almost that he at first had when we first met, to the point that he didn't necessarily even think that he should interact with me. And I remember thinking that was very unfortunate. And so it was on me to do a little work and like know a few things so that I could have, you know, a conversation with him that wasn't just waving at him walking out of my movie theater at 2 a.m. or something. And I think that is kind of the thing that gets me about this, is that it sounds like the OP's so-called best friend has some weird embarrassment thing happening that is tied to I don't know what, but it sounds like he's embarrassed of the OP, or thinks that, you know, or it just at the very least just doesn't think that this person who is supposedly his best friend is worth mentioning more about that person to the person that you chose to marry also, by the way. So if you can't do that, then you're not being a friend. Let's just put aside the whole best friend thing, because, you know,
right.
whatever, you can
No,
have
I
lots
totally
of best
agree.
friends, everybody.
Sure.
You can have more than one best friend, but you know.
Well, yeah, I have a pride of ladies, trust me.
Right, exactly.
We have each other's backs. Like there is
Right.
no ruler, there is no winner. Like I would cut this short if there's like 4 people that I'm thinking of right now. If they called me and they're like, fuck it, we gotta roll, I'd roll. I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, bye guys. That was fun.
But
you know,
to come to my house with a lot of black trash bags and a
duct
carpet
tape
that easily rolls up and duct tape. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
You know? Doesn't
It shall be
sound
done.
to me
No,
like
like
the
this
OP's
dude
best
here.
friend would do that for this person. So I think you would be just fine to just continue on just not engaging anymore. Like, this doesn't sound worth it to me. Not at all. It's
Well, there's an
unfortunate and it's
update.
sad. Oh boy, okay. Right. There's an update. I forgot. Oh shit. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
ready your
strap in.
sphincters, everybody.
Yeah. The roller coaster is not done with you yet.
All
right. So the update is titled Wife is Unhinged.
Okay. All right.
A mutual friend of ours texted me asking why I was invited to the kickback over the weekend. She wanted to talk to my girlfriend about getting a tattoo from her. Probably what meant to say why I wasn't invited to the kickback. She wanted to talk to my girlfriend about getting a tattoo from her. I explained that I am distancing myself from them for being disrespected. We got into a whole conversation about what happened. She was either checking up on me or getting the hot tea. This friend is known to gossip. She did share information on the reason for the marriage. She said they got married because his wife was pregnant. She was shocked to see that his wife was heavily drinking at the party.
Jeez.
The drunk wife babbled on about how she hated me for not going to wedding or even giving them a gift. That really hurt my feelings. That really hurt.
Pizza oven.
No, that really hurt my friend's feelings. I informed her that I gifted them a pizza oven because I felt awful. I truly would have liked to be his best man. This friend told me that his wife said that the pizza oven was from her ex that wanted her back.
Oh.
She was bragging about having two men fighting over her like she is some kind of prize. I'm so grateful that my girlfriend and I are dropping those two like a hot potato.
Okay, good job. Yes.
Yikes, yo.
Clap. Clap, clap, clap. I'm clapping with two hands instead of the one now because yeah, get the hell away from all of that. That's for damn
That's
sure.
comment number 1. Stay the fuck away from all this crazy for fuck's sake is the first comment. Yeah, that's a lot. And I think hey, protect your heart, right?
Yeah, you know what?
I feel like this is an ongoing theme here. You gotta protect your heart.
Most definitely is, I mean, and listen, like, I get it, man. I'm just gonna say this. Like, it sounds to me like OP's best friend is dealing with a lot of the stuff that a lot of all of us deal with in our lives, which is what keeps us in really bad situations, which is you're afraid of being alone. You're afraid that, just like you said earlier, Ruth, that, just stick with this because like you're probably never going to hit the lottery number again, or whatever.
Right.
And I'm here to tell you that like you will in some way or another, but like you're not going to if you don't get yourself right. So it just sounds to me like his best friend is just rolling hard on that, doubling down, let's just say, in order to just not have to deal with the other tough things that come along in life, like one way or the other, man. Like it's gonna show up for you, and right now it's costing you a person who was supposedly your best friend. That sucks. And
that sucks.
Might want to do a little introspection on that is all I'm saying, and
what's worth it?
Yeah, right, because this person, the 20-year-old wife, does not sound like the kind of person that you would want to hang out with.
Yeah,
doesn't sound great.
No, that's a whole bunch of yikes, like in a row.
Yeah.
That I didn't even have enough yikes to really sprinkle through that update.
No, that's yikes on bikes for sure.
Given the current state of the world and where we are and how miserable we feel with our own existence in our current era,
yes,
I really don't think 20-year-olds should be getting married.
No, don't do that. I mean, you know what? Like,
and I don't want to be a real big dick bag about it, but yeah, I mean, do whatever you want. But realistically, like, if you're going to play the game with the current rules, there are a lot of benefits to finding number one, your people.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. A community.
Yeah.
And I hate to sound like this, but I'm coming off the day job, so I'm just going to say it. Like a purpose, right? I don't really care what it is. Like, I don't care if you get a PhD or you're a welder or you decide to make wood block prints or silk fucking curtains for the rest of your life. Right. I don't actually give a shit. Like, but find something that you're like, cool beans.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter if I do this for like a quote unquote living or not, right? And then with everything that's happening, and I'm speaking from my own experience from so many years ago, and it's only like accentuated itself as far as like the growing up experience in this country. And I think I've said it before on one of the last 2 episodes, the ages between 17 and a half and 25 and a half are the roughest fucking patch of growing up.
Absolutely.
I know everyone's like, oh, the toddlers, oh, the tweens, oh, the teenagers. It's like, no, bro. It's like right when you land with your fucking barely dried off adult feathers in your first apartment, which is probably a shit box. And the thing is, that's how it was when I was growing up in that sort of space in my timeline, right? Now you can't even fucking afford an apartment.
Right. Yeah.
These current little kids are under so much stress. And I say little kids loosely. Obviously, I understand they're grown adults, but they're not, because we keep fucking them over with terms and conditions and fucking service agreements and legal documents that they don't know.
Yep. Yeah.
The fucking ass end of. And we make them sign it, and then we fuck them over.
Yep.
People my age, people your age, people older than us, in fact, people younger than us nowadays, make a very good living fucking over the little ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, she's 20, she's pregnant, she's drinking.
She is someone who would be on Jerry Springer if Jerry Springer were A, still alive, and B, still on.
Ooh, another hint as to our age. I remember that show.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody, look it up, okay?
Look it up if you don't know.
Look up the movie The Ringleader and really
clearly
just
she's
feel that
like
out.
Been unattended and undereducated, very likely malnourished, undernourished, right? Not enough like food, probably not any good food. And so of course when you're in that kind of like survivor mode, the first thing you're going to do is find protection.
Sure.
So she found some dude to marry.
Right.
But all of that, again, through all difficult circumstances, and they're different now than they were before, but they've always existed. You got to find some fucking grace, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because somebody always has it better than you. That's correct. But somebody is also traveling a different path than you, which may be more difficult. And if you're just somewhere in the middle,
fighting some kind of a battle, y'all.
You know, like there is no fucking reason to fucking hold it against him that his hearing is different than yours.
Right. Like this is the lamest thing to be using as some whack-ass excuse about why it is that you...
Well, I'm trying, right? Because what I'm saying is that, right, ignore their needs to eat. Like, this is some basic bitch shit, dude. Everyone gets fed. That's the fucking rule.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
You're the one who's freaking hosting, stop that. Cut it out.
She would make a shit waitress, I'll say that much.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But... like, don't bother.
Right, just don't do it. Just go ahead and go and do whatever sort of trash fire thing it is that you're going to do. And, like, whatever, man. Like, fine. Like, go ahead and just do that thing, I guess. Because right now you're just really ruining a lot of people's experiences, if you ask me. So, yeah, I mean, big ups to the OP for getting out of there.
Full NTA.
That is great. Full NTA.
His girlfriend is, doing what she's supposed to be doing as a proper partner.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Best friend sucks.
Yep.
And wife's the fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine not feeding somebody, that's all. And I have fed thousands of people. Like,
yes, exactly. Right.
Even at a time. So, like, this whole this, that, or the other is a thin veil for some sort of fear-based antisocial behavior from her part. And if she's pregnant and drinking and 20, bro, there's no telling where her brain went on that one.
Cut the whole ass cord, man. And also, I'll just close with this here. Sign language is not hard. ASL is not hard to learn, y'all.
No, that's the whole point.
Literally English. Like, it's the English language. You're not even having to translate into another language from another country. It's just learning something that you can do with your hands, and it's not very hard to do. So if homie, who is the best friend, didn't ever do that, which I'm just only loosely guessing that he kind of didn't, but it kind of makes me feel that way, because at some point or another, I think the person that you married, you would probably, I don't know, say something like, I always, when I cross the street and someone lets me cross or something, I always say thank you and that's because that was like one of the first things that I've learned. And I'll do that to some people. Like, I'll do it in bars sometimes because it's really loud, and I'll do that, and somebody will lean in and be like, oh my God, that's crazy that you do that. And I'll be like, it's literally not. it takes no trying when you boil it right down. So I kind of feel like maybe there's just a whole other thing happening there. I mean, yeah, we could rip this one apart until we were both blue in the face, but we already know the outcome of this. So yeah, NTA and run for the mountains, run away.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, do what's
Get the
best
hell
for
out.
you. There's
Get the hell out.
you don't owe them anything.
Absolutely.
In fact, they owe you a pizza oven.
Yeah, they should give you that
for
pizza
lying
oven back,
about
girl.
it. What was that?
Yeah, get your pizza oven back and make yourself some really good pizza because that sucks. Yeah. Well, thank you, Ruth, for
as always, my
with
pleasure.
that. We will endeavor to make this podcast pay for your therapy copays someday.
I appreciate the thought. I'm not holding my breath.
No, but if anybody wants to donate any money to our podcast to help pay for Ruth's therapy copays, the email address is theartofmissingthepoint@gmail.com. Please do.
I would accept a referral to a therapist who you think can handle me, because at this
there you
point,
go too.
I've lost all faith. I don't care anymore.
We would take that as well. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I would take that. Yeah. Right now, I just worship the mountain every morning, and I'm like, oh, breath in my lungs. Time to go fuck some shit up. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Yep. Caffeine and nicotine, and at least I can make it through, so.
Oh my God, I had a Frappuccino today, and it was so good.
Nice. Yeah. You gotta have those little things sometimes.
I know. The problem is that as soon as I finished it, I wanted another one, and there was one in the fridge, but it's the husband's, and I was like...
That's always my problem, too, yeah. I'm horrible
and I had to seriously be like, Ruth, this is what you call an addiction. You will not be drinking the other Frappuccino in the fridge. Because at first I didn't, it didn't kick right away, but then later I, tossed my entire, bathroom shelf of, old face masks that I never used, the paper ones that were very popular, but they've been just sitting there, and it was driving me insane. And that Frappuccino hit 1,000 miles, and I'm so glad I didn't drink that second one.
Yeah, there you go. That is actually a very good thing. I mean, I told my partner this recently that I love I call them little drinkies, just little treat drinks like that, Frappuccinos or little. I'm not even talking alcoholic stuff. That's not even actually
No, it's just a Frappuccino. I just
love to get myself a little treat and
treat. I almost chugged it. I had to slow down. It took me most of the afternoon, but I almost stood in front of the fridge, bachelor day level, and just slam it. I almost did it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, let's move on from that segment, and please don't make me think of Frappuccinos again, because it is.
We're going to douse ourselves. We're going to douse ourselves and let go.
That one is still in the fridge. I didn't say I wasn't going to drink it. I just said I didn't drink it yet. That's where I'm at with it.
That's right. You didn't drink it yet. That is correct. Well, I hate always to take us from one set of what the fuck to another, but I've been workshopping different segments on this show since our reboot here, and I kind of touched on this in our first reboot and thought I would come on back to it because this one is going to continue giving me just no end of enjoyment, and it's what I'm going to be calling AI apocalypse, which is essentially that, listen, everybody, AI is here. It was always the ultimate plan of social media networks to utilize everybody's data to build these incredibly useless things that we just don't fucking need in so many ways. I mean, I could go on and on about AI in general and the fact that, yes, it's displacing people from their jobs and it uses up massive amounts of water and energy and all kinds of other things. And I just want to give a quick shout out to, as many know, I do currently reside in Los Angeles, but I also have a part of my heart in Arizona, which is another place that I love. And I did recently hear that the people of Tucson rejected with resounding pride. They rejected a huge data center that was going to be rolled into Tucson, Arizona, by some big tech company that would have just served to just use up all of the water that it possibly could. And Tucsonians, as we would call them, said, fuck no, and said no to that. So big props, because here in the AI apocalypse, the thing that I was recently checking in on is the fact that, there's been a couple studies done so far about what AI is just kind of doing in general as we start using it just for kind of everything. People using it for anything from making ridiculous pictures of a dog on the moon, and that's fine. Have fun with that, I guess. But how much water did you use to do that? To using it for therapy and etc. But right now, there are studies that are starting to come out that are basically showing that using AI is kind of just making us dumber, which is an unfortunate thing. But yeah, yeah. And,
This
there's,
segment makes me laugh.
well, that's the only thing that we really can do is laugh at it,
I
because,
know.
for instance,
Nobody wants to hear me ugly cry, that's for sure.
exactly. A recent study that was done was titled "AI Tools in Society: Impacts on Cognitive Offloading and the Future of Critical Thinking." It's by someone named Michael Gerlich, and it's pretty in depth. If you want to read it, I'll throw it up into the show notes. I'm scrolling on it right now on my screen, and anybody looking at this will see that this is very deep and built on a lot of statistical data. But the boil down of all of this is that essentially what is starting to happen, and I'm looking at another article right now from Detroit Free Press, which was titled, "We're using AI for stupid and unnecessary reasons. What if we just stopped?" Now, this is an
Well,
opinion from Nancy
it's a
Capper.
fair question, right?
Yeah, and this was actually published at the beginning of this year, January 6th of 2025. So this is going back a little bit. And let's keep in mind, like, AI stuff keeps moving at about 1,000,000 miles a minute because, you know, displacing people from their jobs and doing all this other dumb shit is the real garbage that it does. It could be used for a number of great things if you come right down to it. But
I hate this conversation.
yeah,
I love doing things the hard way, the long way, the manual way. I love manual arts. I love manual labor. I like punching the same date 50 times in a row. Ask me what I did today for work, Brian.
yeah, I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
I
feel the same way, honestly. I mean, I have tried to use some of this stuff just to see, like, okay, is this going to make things that I do easier, repetitive things that I do, and etc. And my answer has really always been no, because if we're talking about a study that's actually showing that there's been research done that is showing that because of the fact that AI has no concept of truth, which is true. It really doesn't. There's more and more data being fed into, and this is something that is said in this opinion article and also sort of resonated in the study, which is that, the AI models are reflecting a learning model, and this is from the article, trained on misinformation or biased information. And this is a comment coming from someone who is quoted in this article, who is pointing out essentially that, like, going into an echo chamber and asking questions just means you're going to get answers back to you that make you think that you've got all the right answers, which you're not going to, because an AI model is just being trained on all of the things that you're saying. So of course you're going to hear the same stuff coming back to you over and over and over again. And that's really kind of the thing that ends up being a problem, because I can say definitively that the times when I have done things like saying, sure, Google, I'll let you write an email response for me, and I'll just tap the little button and be
fuck
like,
no,
let's see
Bab.
what
That
this.
shit's mine. No
Horrible.
fucking way. Do
It
not touch
sucks.
my words.
Exactly, because I actually sound way dumber when I allow these things to do this. I can just
Fucking believe
feel
it.
the fact that there is no actual humanity happening there. And that's the part that I think is definitely going to be able to contribute to the part of being dumber by using this. And so like, what's the answer then, right? Like, that's the question, is like, what's the answer? Well, I think the big one is like, sure, we just end up not using it as much as we relatively can. I mean, you can still kind of just opt into if you're going to use it. Like, you don't have to go and use an AI tool to
Yeah,
write
it's
an email
almost
or
as
anything.
if we haven't fucking used a nuclear weapon since almost exactly the
Right.
anniversary. Just
Right.
because you can doesn't mean you should.
That's
And that
exactly right.
counts for a lot of human behavior,
That is
including
right.
making models based
Yes.
on only your own experience and point of view in this world. That's a stupid way to fucking do it.
Yeah, exactly.
In my
Exactly.
field of research, we collect millions of words to
Absolutely.
run experiments to ask the question, how often do we use the word the?
Sure. Sure.
How many people say the versus the when we're talking about the definitive article here?
Right. Right.
Like, but those are human words spoken by humans that have been
Yes.
collected painstakingly, I might add, with the absolute most care and curation by people who actually give a fuck
Sure.
about the answer.
Sure.
Because we all read each other's papers and we're like, oh no shit. That is not as often as I thought. And most people say it this way. Cool beans. And then that informs the rest of your work, one way or the other. But we're talking about humans describing humans, not three dudes in a basement called Bango Chad and fucking Skipper.
Or Elon Musk.
Oh my god. I mean, I was
Or
trying to avoid
Faroni.
it. I was
I
trying
mean,
to avoid it.
I'm only saying it because there's a picture of him coming up in this article, of course, and
That's
he happens to be
unfortunate.
two of my other favorite trash bags of humans, which is Donald Trump and Kid Rock. And you want to talk about just a picture of three total assholes, and
But a
three
human
people.
took it. A human took that picture
That's
because there is
true.
significance to it. We
That's
don't
true.
have to like the picture, but the picture exists because some
That's right.
duderina, some photographer turned around and was like, "This is worth noting."
This
But
is
we make
something
that
that we
decision.
should remember. God damn it.
Yeah, well, for better or for worse, whatever. But the
Well, yeah,
point of the
exactly.
matter
That's
is
the point
that
too, is that humans have the ability to make these decisions, and that's a good thing ultimately. And if we're giving over control of things to AI tools that are just gonna be like, no, don't worry, like I got it for you, I can do it for you, I'll just make the decision for you, and etc. I think that maybe that's bad, and that's part of the AI apocalypse here that I'm just not too
agreed.
crazy about. Not too
But
crazy about.
it's to me, it's like an insane level of entropy. And I mean, I generally
Yes.
tend to understand the concept of entropy, but like the acceleration of the weakening, right?
Right.
Like
Yes.
the unbinding, the
Yes.
loosening of structures, the collapse is, and I mean, this is all me because I am, or I try to be, a happy-go-lucky, root for the best, fucking against all odds sort of person.
You do
But
do that. That's
I
true.
do
And I
that because
respect that.
listen,
Also, I
well,
said do
because
totally.
my like latent nature is to just like shit my pants because we're all about to die. Like I
Speaking
get
of do
real
do.
dark too. I mean, listen, it's not like I don't get dark and morbid, but I am rooting for us. But
Yes.
this intellectual collapse, which I mean, I want to fucking punch myself in the face for even having to say that,
Intellectual collapse.
is
Fitting.
it's more accelerated than I would prefer, if that's something fair for me to feel. Like I would like for it to be less zoom zoom fast race to the bottom, like here comes the rock that'll hit you in the head and put you out of your misery type shit. Like we I I'm just, I don't know, man. I'm a total coward. I don't want it to go down like that.
Well, and the other thing about so much of this is that, many very smart people have been contemplating these things for a long time, including Alan
Yeah.
Turing, who, created the Turing test, everybody, which at this point doesn't totally end up coming into the equation anymore because it is sort of getting, outshadowed in a lot of ways. But not to mention, and I say this because you mentioned entropy, my man Isaac Asimov, who wrote The Last Question, which is a amazing short story that I absolutely suggest that anybody read if you want to get in a little bit, just some some history of how it is that writers have been seeing some of these things happening. I'm pulling up the Wikipedia page right now. The Last Question is it's a short story. It was published in November 1956, everybody, in Science Fiction Quarterly, and essentially deals with human beings asking a computer if there's a way for entropy to be reversed. And I'm not going to give the whole thing away, but let's just say that essentially it ends up pointing to the fact that it really can't be, because human beings are just getting in their own way ultimately.
We're really good at that part.
We're also, yes, and we're also really good at being like so laser focused on something like that, like, can we reverse entropy, can we live forever, and et cetera, and then forgetting all of the things that, I don't know, are happening right now, which is probably my biggest thing that I have a problem with so much AI related stuff, is that it is sort of this thing of, again, living in a little echo chamber bubble where you're the only one who's there, but everything is correct, and somehow you get to live forever because of it. Well, the answer is you don't get to live forever because of it, y'all, because entropy cannot be reversed. And if there is a way to do it, it's going to require that human beings just don't be around anymore. So go out, read The Last Question. I would highly suggest it. I would also say, if you're using a lot of these AI tools, I don't know, man, just stop a little bit. I mean, fine, you can use them for whatever dumb things you want to use them for. I have used them for certain things. I freely admit that. And I have talked about that with many a person who has said, I will never, ever use them for anything. And I totally get that approach too. I don't know that we are going to be able to 100% do that, because it is just going to continue to be more prevalent in our lives. But there is something about it that should consider still the actual human component of things, which would just simply being able to be like, you know what, I'm going to decide to not do that. So you can decide to not do that. That's my AI apocalypse story for the week here. You can go and, as I say, read the study if you wish. It is very in-depth and basically just points to the fact that we should not do that.
Post that in the description. Absolutely. And or send it to me or put it in this chat now. I don't care. I need to
You'll all be able to find it on our Discord, which you can join if you go to our website, theartofmissingthepoint.com. You can join our Discord and talk with us. And I will throw links and other things up as to what it is that we talked about in our episodes and etc., because we'd love to hear what anybody has to say. And as always, you can email that to us as well if you wish. So that's AI Apocalypse for this week. It's freaky and scary and sad.
Thank you.
And will give me nightmares.
Thank you, Brian.
Let's finish on a point that is actually good, which is, Ruth, what the hell's happening in the world of pinball?
Pinball? I have no idea what you're talking about.
In the world of the silver ball. God, I feel weird saying that.
We keep rolling. We don't mind. It's all good. It is silver looking. Fucking ball bearing bullshit. It's good. It's good. I'm heading into a 2-tournament weekend. So on Saturday, we have the Albuquerque Bells and Chimes Flippin' in the Foothills tournament. It will be at Boxing Bear Bridges on Tramway and Candelaria. And it's always a good time. We love that joint. Boxing Bear has been so kind to us. It's become our home base. It's nice because if you're accompanied by your legal guardian, you can be a minor and come play with us. And we have
that's great.
A couple of folks that are not yet of drinking age, but that can participate in the tournaments there. Really grateful to Boxing Bear and to Jacob at Roadrunner Pinball and to Nick at New Mexico Pinball.
That's great.
And Sister Bar as well. I mean, everybody is just really kind of understanding the completely weird joy of playing pinball competitively amongst a bunch of people that you consider your friends.
Other people.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's very pleasant. The meetup was great this week. Sunday is Matt's 3-strike tournament. That one's open to everybody. The one on Saturday is for women and non-binary players. Same time, same place, both days. I'll be at Boxing Bear Bridges all weekend. Everything is good. I had something on my mind, but we've gone so long that I may wait for a little longer.
There's always another podcast, everybody.
Amen to that, brother.
You will always have to deal with hearing this voice say that to you.
I had looked up a bunch of stats regarding women in pinball regarding visa according to the IFPA, but I'll save those for next time too.
Ooh, okay. I'll be interested to hear about that.
Those are really interesting numbers. There are more women that play in women-only tournaments than there are that play in the open tournaments. So I think that's a really interesting thing to wrap my head around. I really appreciate it. I think that's cool. But I can definitely speak from experience saying that, you know, playing the opens as a person who identifies as a woman can be challenging because dudes are very happy to miss the point on purpose sometimes.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, they really are.
But I'm gonna save those. I'm gonna save the topics for the bucket. Just strap in, everyone. Ruth has thoughts.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, this is a 2-tournament weekend. Matt started doing his 3 strikes on the Sunday after the lady tournament on a Saturday, which honestly, if it's going to be a 2-tournament weekend, I really appreciate that. The ladies get to play first, and then if you decide to play the second day, then you were already fresh, you know,
cool,
for the lady tournament. So I don't know. I'm not sure. You're not going to hear this, guys, before, and ladies and everyone else in between heretofore and forever.
Yes, but we apologize for time delays here and there, but you know, you can tune in and follow these goings
for sure. ABQ Bells and Chimes on Instagram, ABQ bells and chimes at Gmail. Like, if you have any questions about pinball stuff, like, feel free to reach out. But yeah, it's I had an abysmal weekend for my 3-tournament weekend, but I had already won the husband. Oh, I was a tired monkey by the end of it all.
I mean, you win some, you
lose most of them, Brian. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. I wasn't gonna say that. I would never.
But yeah, yeah, right. Sure thing.
Never.
But yeah, next time we record, well, the weekend after that is going to be the Sister Open, so that's going to be the 16th. If you're in Albuquerque, this episode will definitely be out before then.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah, this weekend, 9th and 10th at Boxing Bear, and then August 16th at Sister. Registration starts at noon if you want to come check it out and you're around here. And I know some of you are because I can see who's clicking through.
Yeah, we know. We know there's some of you out there.
I know who you are.
Yeah.
Feel free to join us. It's a good time.
We will also add a pinball channel to our Discord if y'all wanted to.
That would be awesome. That's a really good idea.
Some of these things we will have more.
And New Mexico Pinball. Yeah, New Mexico Pinball. You know, we have our own Discord as well. If you go to the Linktree link on the ABQ Bells and Chimes Instagram, you can find an invite to our Discord. And you know, I love a good cross pollination. So join both of them. Let's go. Let's talk.
Please do.
Let's talk about the important things like pinball and, you know,
and
the other things.
And slapping people. We won't say stabbing people.
Yeah, maybe we should.
For legal purposes, this is a satirical conversation.
Oh, we haven't come up with the. What would it be this week?
I feel like this week, maybe this is our final thought. My final thought is, don't give pizza ovens to people who are assholes. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
That's maybe I guess my bigger overarching thought would be have compassion for other people in this world. But if I'm going to be really base about it, yeah, just don't give assholes pizza ovens just because you feel bad. You don't have to do that. No.
You don't. And I feel like those are, you know, the two sides of the same coin. That's kind of what I keep going back to. I think we talked a lot about perspective today and like where you think where you're coming from is the correct way to do it and how other people might perceive that, which is obviously like fundamental to the thesis of the entire conversation. But yeah, I agree with that. Don't placate or try to accommodate people who are never going to do the same for you.
Yes.
And if you don't want to be treated in such a way where somebody is not going to placate or accommodate you when you're being inconsiderate, then maybe you really do need to, you know, grow a compassion brain cell whatever that
one.
takes.
Just one.
I mean, just one. It's amazing how far that goes, you know? Like, you don't have to be tripping over yourself, trying to triangulate every situation for everybody's maximum comfort. You still got to do you. But it doesn't take much to not go out of your way to hurt somebody's feelings. And if somebody considers you a true blue friend and you're not acting like it, then you shouldn't be surprised when that person grows, again, the other side of the coin brain cell of some, you know what? Fuck that then.
Uses a machete to be like, later, bro.
Bye.
Have a good one. Yep. That's correct. That's right.
So yeah, I think that's the lesson learned, the theme perhaps for tonight. I like how these themes just come up organically. I mean, a lot of them are tied into the very tight ball of our highly vertical thesis, but
yes. But you know,
there's different ways to think about it. Yeah.
That's
and
right.
It's good. Again, different facets, different
it's a thought experiment, you know, just like anything else, I suppose. That's why we do this podcast, and also just to assuage our own anxieties in some way or another. So we hope we maybe assuaged some of yours out there if you are listening, which we always very much appreciate, by the way, everyone who
thank you.
Listens,
the feedback that we've gotten has been very sweet, and I really appreciate our friends and family for not harshing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. We're harsh enough on our own, so we don't need any more harsh, you know? So thank you for that, everybody. We appreciate it. Now, as always, you can get in touch with us at theartofmissingthepoint@gmail.com. You can visit our website, which is theartofmissingthepoint.com. Join our Discord. We highly insist that you do that because we would love to see you there. And we also want to thank, of course, Great Fox for our amazing theme song, The Point, which can be found on his album called Leftovers. You can find him at greatfox.bandcamp.com.
He followed us. I checked.
Yeah,
he followed something.
Yes. He is a good man who makes really great music, and we are extremely grateful to him for this theme song. So I highly suggest that if you dig that song, please also go out and purchase some of his music, because it's very much worth doing.
Please, you know, spend your money wisely.
Support your local musicians. That's right. You know, it's worth doing. And very grateful to Great Fox. Grateful to all of you for tuning in. Thanks you guys
again
for listening to The Art of Missing the Point. I am Brian.
This is Ruth.
And we'll see you next time. Take care.
What's the use in growing old when it seldom brings wisdom? What's the use in sharing yourself when it only brings more pain? What's the use in going against our most primal animal nature? What's the point in coming back when you do it all over again? I'm starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss it. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss it. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss it. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss the point. To miss the point. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss it. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting